What's up guys, and welcome to another video. Today we're talking about a watch that I've been looking for since a very long time. Well, thankfully today I got this watch for you and I get to share my ideas and my thoughts about it. So let's talk about it. So today we have the WD or the Watchdives 1863. Now 1863, the 3 in 1863 actually means version 3 because we have maybe 4 or 3 versions before, counting 0, 1, 2, 3. So we have the third version here today, which is the latest one, and I think the latest one is the closest to the real thing, which is a very legendary watch. We're talking about the Speedmaster from Omega, a watch that I have been a fan of ever since I was a little kid, let's say, growing up watching James Bond movies and so on. So yeah, I get this watch to try and scratch that itch, and I gotta tell you, it's working. It's working because I found in this watch a lot of things that I liked. Of course, there were things that I didn't like too, but let's be honest, this thing is the closest to the real thing. So here today we've got the box. This is the box. It comes in a sturdy box, and we have the Trident shield or the Watchdives logo on the front. I like the box because you can fit it inside your bag when you're traveling, or you can keep the watch in it even if you're not. So yeah, very usable box. So let's open the box together, see what's inside. The watch is already out of the box. So this is the box. Here you will find the watch. We have this protective frame to protect the watch during the shipping process. Here we have, first of all, we have this tool, maybe to use to unpin the watch. It's for the pins. Yeah, we also have this catalog. It's about the movement, quartz movement watch. It shows you basically everything about the watch. Let's put it aside. And we have this warranty card. It's not stamped or anything, but it's usually for the retailers who are going to resell the watch, so they stamp their information and the date in here. And then we have some extra links that I removed because of my wrist size. And we also have this tool, it's for the pins also. One thing I noticed was the absence of a screwdriver inside the box. There was supposed to be a screwdriver, but I didn't find any. There was supposed to be also a silicone strap, and I didn't find that too. But thankfully, I reached out to Watchdives and I told them about the problem, and they said that they would refund a certain amount of money, which they did. They proposed and they did that afterwards. So I like their support team. They are very attentive to the clients. They take remarks about the watch into consideration. So that's what we find inside the box. Let's close the box. Oh, the pins. Okay, this is the box. Let's put it aside and let's get to the real thing. Now, this is the star of the show. This is the Watchdives 1863 watch. Now, this watch is the closest thing I found to an Omega Speedmaster. I mean, the design is literally close to the real thing, which I really loved because that scratched the itch for that Omega very well. Now, as you can see, the dial in here, we have the hands are in white. And the second hand, of course, it doesn't move because this is a chronograph watch. If you want to move it, you just press this button like this, and the chronograph starts moving. I really love the fact that the second hand is just in the middle of the 12-hour indices, and that is really very, very good for me. So if you want to stop the chronograph, you just click again here and then click this button, and bam, it just goes straight back to its place. So the movement inside this watch is the VK63 movement, and I like this movement, and I gotta tell you why. It's because it doesn't lose or add seconds. Can you imagine that this watch has just 1 second per month? I mean, plus or minus 1 second in month. That is very precise, and I really love that, especially that I am coming from a mechanical movement from Cadison, and I don't know whether it's just my version or because of a technical error or whatever, but my watch was gaining 1 minute per day. Now that's a lot on a mechanical watch. By the way, it has the Seiko and NH35A movement, which I really was disappointed by, so I ended up selling the watch. So coming back to the Speedmaster, let's talk about the dimensions. So we have a 39 dial case, so the dial is a 39 millimeters, and we have a lug-to-lug distance of 46 millimeters. Considering the thickness, it has a thickness of 12 millimeter 0.9. It's approximately 13 millimeter, and look at this sandwich size. I really love it. They improved this part actually because in previous version it used to be very thick, but now it's very slim. We have that sandwich lugs which I really like. Now flipping the watch to the back, we have a sterile case. It's a screw down case. By the way, we have also a screw down crown, which is very good. It's also stamped, as you can see in here. I don't know, it looks if it's obvious to you, but it's there. Yeah, so it is stamped. We have the Trident Shield logo in there. All in all, I am pretty satisfied with this watch. Now, I gotta tell you an information. I've been looking for a Speedmaster homage watch for a long time, and I found some options, but I was disappointed each and every time because of the glass. The glass was missing an anti-reflective coating, so I have a problem with watches that don't have an anti-reflective coating because it is just pretty important for me. I had a steel dive watch. It was like a Seiko tuna homage, but I could literally see myself reflected and see my face reflected on that watch, which was really annoying, and I ended up selling that watch also. So I gotta say, Chinese manufacturers have been making a very good value watches, but they are lacking anti-reflective coating. Yeah, I'm gonna say it. Please, Chinese companies, add an anti-reflective coating to your watches. That is gonna help us very much. So let's talk about the bracelet. Actually, I really like the bracelet on this thing. It's pretty articulate bracelet. It really is comfortable on your wrist. You don't feel it. It's comfortable. It doesn't make any problems, but I just, a nitpick that it pulls some hairs from time to time. Now, the bracelet is a 5-link bracelet. We have 3 parts that are brushed, 2 to the sides and 1 in the middle, and we have 2 that are polished in the middle. The bracelet is pretty articulate, as I said. It's very comfortable on the wrist. It doesn't rattle, which is a bonus, and it tapers from 20 millimeters. From the lug width, it tapers from 20 millimeters to 18 millimeters at the clasp. Now, talking about the clasp is a milled clasp, which is really good, and I didn't have any problems with it. It's shiny, and in this version they went for the smaller logo here. It used to be bigger. I don't have a problem with that. What I liked about this strap, it's very easy to open since it's a milled clasp. What I also liked about it is that it comes with 5 micro adjustments. That's very good thing to see on this watch, because you have the option to resize the watch without having to open these screws or unscrew the watch each and every time, needing the tools and so on and so forth. So talking about the pins, it's actually screws from one side and pins to the other side. So we have a mixture, so you just unscrew the screws here and you pull them out. It's pretty easy to do. You just need that screwdriver inside the box. So if you are buying this watch, make sure you tell the seller about those screwdrivers, because you're gonna need them if you don't want to end up scratching your watch. So yeah, this is the watch and I'm pretty happy with it. The dial, we have a beautiful dial. It's just white on black. It doesn't have anything surprising going on. And one thing I liked that this seconds hands, it hits the markers. If you can see that, it hits the markers, and this is so pleasing to watch, as you can see. So it is precise. As I said, also the 12-hour index is just so the seconds hand is just in the middle of 12-hour index, which is pretty pleasing to my eyes as well. And I love the change that they've done here, the logo of the Trident Shield, and they changed the chronograph writing, as you can see in there. It used to be normal, like the font was like professional, was like chronograph. It was the same, but now they changed the chronograph into an italicized some kind of writing, which is very good. Talking about the bezel is an aluminum bezel insert. I would prefer to see a ceramic bezel. It's better. It works, at least for me. I like how the light is reflected on a ceramic bezel better than an aluminum bezel. And keeping in mind also that the aluminum bezel, over time they are going to be, the paint is going to wear off, which is gonna make the watch look older or something like that. That's why I prefer ceramic. It's scratch resistant and it's just reflective, like with the lights, which gives the watch more aesthetic and more beauty. One thing else I liked is the crown. It's a screw down crown. So as you can see, it's unscrewed now. You just press it and you return it to its natural position like this. By the way, the watch is 100 meter water resistant, so that's very good on a chronograph watch. Keep in mind that this is a chronograph and not a diver's watch. So talking about the case itself, we have the same thing on an Omega Speedmaster. Like we have this side, we have chamfers in here that are polished As you can see, they are polished, but to the side here they are brushed. So we have this side is brushed and the other side as well. Very good. So also let's talk about the crystal. Now the crystal on this watch is sapphire crystal, of course, with anti-reflective coating. I had no problem with the sapphire crystal on this watch. I just would prefer to see less reflections. I think these companies use some gradient anti-reflective coating. I think there are grades in this coating, so I would prefer to see that very transparent gradient. At least it would be very impressive. But keep in mind that sapphire crystal is also reflective, so that's its nature. So no matter what anti-reflective coating you're going to put in there, there are still going to be some reflections, and that's okay. It's not a problem. As you can see in here, this sapphire crystal is domed. It's out of the case, and I love that. It gives the watch some aesthetic. I like that. So it gives those speedy vibes. And I guess that's all for now. As you can see, the case is sterile. There are no writings in there or drawings. I would like to see something like the Pagani design 1701, like drawing in here of space patterns and so on and so forth. I just don't like that it is sterile this way. Yeah, I hope they can change that someday. Yeah, or the next version at least. So I gotta say, all in all, I like this watch. I am very happy with this watch. Let me be honest with you guys. I'm very happy because I was looking for a watch to scratch the Omega Speedmaster itch for so long, and I guess I found it. I guess I found the watch I've been looking for ever since I was watching James Bond movies. And for me, guys, I just want to say that for me, I like a watch that makes me happy. I don't care if it's an homage. I don't care if it's original. I just care when it's good looking and it doesn't bother me in my eyes, like, as I said, the glass. I don't like reflections of my face on the glass. I like a clear dial. So this watch makes me happy all in all, and I encourage you guys to do the same as well. Just buy watches that make you happy. The price of the watch doesn't have to be expensive for a watch to make you happy. Just put the thing on your wrist and enjoy it. And it doesn't matter if it's the real thing. Like, I've got to tell you, I'm from Africa, and where I come from, I cannot afford to buy an Omega Speedmaster. You know, we don't have our salaries in euros and in dollars. So, you know, you can imagine a lot of people can put their feet in my shoes, and so I gotta go to the next thing, the next good thing, which is this homage, which really helps in such a situation. So thank you very much for watching my video. If you liked it, please like, subscribe, do the usual things. It really, really helps the channel so much. This is the watch on my wrist, my 16.5 centimeter wrist. It looks good. It looks good in my opinion. It looks very good on my wrist, and I love it. So thank you guys for watching my video. Those were my thoughts about the WD1863, and this is Watch Passion signing out. See you in the next one. Peace.